Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics with the Easy Piece Table Runner for April. And this is the final month of our series. I cannot even believe it's been an entire year. We would love to hear from you if you've enjoyed this series, what other things you might want to see us doing on video, because we're here for you. Day in and day out, we find joy in creating things and bringing those products to our customers to just enjoy all the way around the world. So let's get started. Easy Piece Table Runner for April. Of course, April for me, most of the years, I find that Easter lands in April. Sometimes it's March, but more times than not, it seems it's in April. And when we saw the Flights of Fancy collection from Moda, I said, that's the collection I want to use for this. And let me step out of the way so you can just admire all the beautiful watercolor. And didn't our staff do just a great job of building just a beautiful pastel and floral set for us to enjoy while we're teaching how to make this block. So as always, you'll need the download Shabby Fabrics homepage at the bottom. Look for free downloads, click on that. You'll jump to the page where you'll be able to see the Easy Piece Table Runner not only for April, but all of the other 11 months and other series as well, including wool, DIY, and much more. Go ahead and download the pattern. You'll be getting several pages of color instructions, and you'll also be getting 2 pages, one that is reverse diagram, which if you are going to be using your own fabrics at home, you'll be needing that to go ahead to select your fabrics, trace those out on a fusible applique of your choice, trim around, iron that to the background, cut out, or if you'll be using our kit, of course, all of the applique, as you already know, will be prefused with heat and bond light already cut out for you. You'll be able to jump straight to the assembly diagram where you'll be able to pre-assemble the various parts of the block. We'll get to that in just a little while though, but let's just jump right into how do we make this block. So straightforward. We start off with some white squares and some colored squares. So we have that right here. We have each block. Let me just switch the pages. That's going to help you see what we're doing. We're just going to make a 9 patch. So you'll grab a color. It's so easy. 4 whites and 5 colors to make the block. And with I want to mention this to you. If you're buying the kit, there's a white shimmer dot. So pretty. It's very easy to get the wrong side on the top. So just make sure you do have the shimmer on the right side. I always double check that because, as I mentioned in the previous video, I know I sewed at least one of the blocks with the wrong side up. So I ended up doing some seam ripping. So save yourself some time. Just double check you've got the right side up. Let's do that. And 2 of those in the opposite corners. Okay, so I like to confirm, I always like to confirm, do I have my layout correct? Those 2 fabrics that are the same, I just have those on opposite corners. As you would suspect, right sides together, right sides together, right sides together. Sew a standard 1/4" seam allowance. You've seen me do this all throughout the series. Open that up. I would encourage you to press toward the outside there. And then you'll be sewing, again, this, press toward the color, press toward the color, press toward the color. You'll sew those rows together and you'll make a 9 patch. Let me bring that out right now. There's nothing mysterious about how to sew a 9 patch together. Let's just show you. Once we sew those rows together, we like to go ahead and press the seams open. So that's always what we would like to do historically when we sew rows together, is to spread out that seam allowance and distribute the bulk evenly. Now that you have this on your rotating mat, the next part of our instructions, once you've made your 9 patch, is to go ahead. This block is 4.5 inches. Go ahead and confirm that measurement, because you're going to be relying on that measurement to be accurate. 4.5, in fact, I'll do that from down here. Yep, I'm right at 4.5 right there. So 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. So I know, per my instructions, that I need to cut 2.25 inches. So I'll measure 2.25 from here. Now I have this nice dashed line, which is 1/4 inch. This ruler is 2.5 inches wide. So if I lay this down that seam, I think I'll grab some glasses here for this. If I lay that down that seam, we know that the white is 4.5, that halfway in the middle is 2.25. So we know that if we lay this 2.5 inch ruler on that dashed line, we're going to be splitting that block right down the middle. So our instruction is to go ahead and make that cut, rotate the mat, and we'll do it again. Measuring 2.25 inches. I'll lay that dashed line down. That's my 1/4 inch line. So from here to here is my 2.25. All right, so we have done that. Let's rotate that back. So this is what our block will look like now. This is where we are here. So you can see where we are. Now the blocks that are outlined in red will be the one that rotates out. That was going to rotate, and this is going to rotate. So let's just see. There's our block. See how simple that is? And just as before, right sides together, right sides together. Go ahead and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You can press the seam open, press the seam open. You'll have this row and this row, and you'll be right sides together sewing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, pressing the seam open. Now we've done a block ahead of time, so you see the block here, pressing those seams open. Now I do want to point out one thing about this. In previous months, your blocks have finished at 12.5. This particular block is 13.5, so your table runner is just a little bit wider and a little bit longer than the previous months, and that's normal. So I didn't want you to think you've done anything wrong. This will be measuring 13.5 inches at this point. Now you'll be making 3 blocks identically. When you get ready to lay out those 3 blocks, let's go ahead and jump forward into our pattern real quick. Rather than just lining 3 of those up in a row, notice how we have one laid out here, and for the next block, we went ahead and just rotated it, and we rotated it for a 3rd time, so that when they're sewn together, the colors are more evenly distributed versus them just being the same all exactly in a row. So hopefully that makes sense. And once you sew those 3 blocks together, just press the seam open. Now let's jump forward to the applique. Always so fun. Just like we've done in previous months, you'll have your background. You have your top and your bottom. Go ahead and sew those together. And we've used our applique pressing sheet. The Fuse and View is what we are using now. We love it. You'll be using your assembly diagram with your wafer 1 light box or whatever light box you might have, laying that down. And as we've said before, I like to kind of clear off my table once my blocks are all done and kind of get myself organized and ready to be doing applique. Where this is off to one side with my applique or with my pressing mat real close by, and I've got my iron, of course, set on a medium or wool setting. This is where you'll be using all of these tools to pre-assemble the basket, pre-assemble the bunny, so that you'll be moving that onto the background as complete units, which of course, especially with a face like the bunny, you don't want to get that distorted. You want that to be just so. If that's new to you, be sure to refer to our previous videos of how to use an applique pressing sheet, the assembly diagram, and the light box to pre-assemble units so they're going onto the background as kind of whole units versus piece by piece, one by one. Now once that's down, of course, we have a beautiful thread set that if you want to be stitching everything down and have it coordinate beautifully, be sure to pick up the thread set. That's super affordable, and it makes it fun to be stitching everything down in the various threads. You'll be doing 2 of those, 1 for each end, of course sewing that onto either end of your piece blocks and then finishing your quilt. I can't believe, like I said, that we're already through our entire series. Of course, we have been thinking about our new series coming up. Please give us your feedback. Thank you for joining us all this entire time for the Easy Peas Table Runner series. I'll see you next time.